We're here with StyleFactory, and John Caswell has been nice enough to join us and talked about his work. How are you doing, John?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Cool. So on our site, you have the Mr. Switch, which went live about 2 weeks ago, I believe, and then you have the Slim Jim lamp, which went live just recently. John, why don't you tell us a little bit about your work and how humor plays a role in it?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time I try and inject a little bit of fun and humour into my designs. I try and take objects which often get looked at but ignored, and just try and play around with them, add a little bit of character to them, see what I can do to make people notice the designs and sort of appreciate the objects that are around them a bit more.
Nice. I'm kind of curious, like, how does that affect the materials you work with? I mean, a lot of designers think about the materials and how they can manipulate it when they approach the design process, but you think more about like an actual statement on some level.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah, I think it's more about, for me, it's more about the idea itself. Hoping that I mean, it's all about designing for sort of the everyday person in a way, not necessarily just designing towards designers and certain materials and processes that you find interesting. It's more about having an idea, and if you think that appeals to people, trying to work around that and use the appropriate materials and sort of manufacturing techniques. So yeah, the idea is the sort of main focus for me. That's the kind of the main thing I work from.
You have a lot of designs like the Hercules doormat and the on TV mirror, as well as the mirror comb mirror, which
Yeah.
is really fun. I really like that one. These objects, they have like a certain size to them. Like they're for a lot of designers, I feel like they try to design larger than life in a lot of ways. And your designs are great, and yet they're a nice size. A lot of them are really well proportioned. How do you feel like not just the materials, but the size of your objects and the statement, how that kind of affects each other?
It's nice to work on the smaller stuff, which you can imagine being in a shop, and maybe that are more of a sort of impulse buy and more as a sort of a gift or a present to someone, and not necessarily such an investment as like a sort of big piece of furniture might be. So yeah, it's sort of, in a way, I suppose they're designs that lots of people can afford, and they're not just the sort of designs that only a few people can afford because of their high price tag.
So you've been working with, involved with our community for a couple of weeks now, maybe about a month or so.
Yeah.
How do you think it's going for you? How do you like it?
Yeah, it's great. It's nice to sort of get my friends involved. I've been trying to get them to vote and join up to the sort of StyleFactory and get involved with everything. And yeah, it's nice. It's sort of interesting having feedback on your work as it gets voted on, sort of comments and suggestions that people might make.
Have you found their feedback helpful so far with your work? Or?
Yeah, there's been a few comments regarding kind of trying to modify the switch for US light switches.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's always nice when you get positive comments, but it's good to get sort of critical comments as well, because it just helps you improve your designs and helps you improve as a designer.
This has been StyleFactory's interview, and we're here with John Caswell, who was nice enough to join us from UK, from Bristol. Tune in for the next designer. Thanks. Bye, John.
Bye.